I think that the special gift that art's been given by God is to pay attention to the world that God has made, to the world that we've made of what God has made, and to point out things of the world that we don't usually pay attention to.
I'm Roger Feldman. I've been doing installation art for over 35 years. I've been invited to do a site-specific piece related to N.T. Wright conference on Paul. When I came to Fuller, I had an undergraduate degree in art, but I had also worked in ministry. And my mentors really encouraged me to head on to seminary. And I wasn't convinced that I wanted to be an artist at that point in time. So I came to Fuller. One class, I responded three-dimensionally. I made a structure that had four sides to it that was suspended in air. And this is how I processed. It's how I understood what we were dealing with. And so I think I did probably the first installation on the Fuller Theological Seminary campus. And that actually fed into thinking about leaving and heading back towards art.
Art sort of stops us in our tracks. It's there in the middle of that space that Roger's working on there, and we usually walk through that space, there's nothing there, but now there's something there, and it causes us to stop and to pay attention. And of course, when we pay attention to it and look at it, we see some of the things that Roger wants us to think about.
This was a turbulent time in the first century, and Paul and the early Christians were right in the midst of that, and so I wanted the structure to be turbulent. And so none of the walls are vertical. There are no right angles in this piece on purpose, because it reflects in form the essence of what was going on with them.
God is having a conversation with everyone in the world, and God tries to get people's attention, and art is one of the ways in which God can get people's attention.
It's important because we're rushing so much, and to have a piece of artwork or to take time to go to a museum, walk through a garden, share a 2-hour meal with friends, it's a way to stop, smell the roses, and experience life in a different form.
One of the things that I think art does really well is it helps to confirm things or expand ideas and concepts that are theologically driven, but they become holistic. You begin to almost embody these concepts. And I think the piece I'm doing here is largely structured in that direction, where it's about embodiment and about simultaneous input that is not linear. And because of that, it's more conducive to how we live as human beings.
He draws you into this space, but then there's portals for you to look out and see that this space is not separated out from the world, but actually it's a way of giving you a new perspective, a new way of thinking about the world that maybe helps you see it differently and in a better way.
This is kind of like mounting a canvas on stretcher bars, but then taking it to the next level, finessing it so that it pushes the concepts further. That's what's so fun and invigorating.
Art does have a strong impact on the way we think about God's presence, because when we stop to think about it, our lives would be barren without the poetics of art, without beauty in our homes and the way we dress and the way we put our lives together. We want our lives to make sense. We want our lives to have a sort of surface that's attractive. We want people to be attracted to us. And I think that God is interested in all of that dimension, because He wants us to be people that attract people to Him.